Thugs, suckers, and all you motherfuckers. What's going down?
It's the best intro ever. I love it. Great.
Oh my god, I got a stain on my shirt. Oh no. Oh no. People are
Just roll with
staring
it.
at
Just go with it. Just go with it, dude.
Looks like my
I look
nipple.
terrible. It does. I look
Welcome
terrible.
to
Look at this hair.
Experts. I'm Josh Moody. That's John Batanti. John, how are you doing today?
Doing lovely. How's everybody? Welcome back. Final week. What a year. Me and Josh are neck and neck. There's a 1-win difference between us going into the last week. Who will prevail?
I shall prevail.
Probably.
As an amateur, nothing about gambling.
That's all right. You picking fights. Last week, we good ended up being a good card. UFC 282. A lot of finishes. I think we talked about last week. Two things that stuck out. Chris Dawkins is not a heavyweight. I think he's got to fight 205. And Paddy Pimblett's a fraud. Paddy Pimblett's a stone fraud. Come on, he's a fraud. Yeah,
fraud.
He is not belong, and he is not a top 15 UFC fighter. Come on,
that doesn't make him a fraud.
It's a fraud. Come on, he's built up. When you're built up like that and you're hyping yourself, I mean that's fraudulent activity. False representation.
No, absolutely not. It is his job to believe that he's the greatest in the world.
That's true. That is true. I agree with that.
Be charismatic and be willing to do these things.
He does. I agree with all that, but that doesn't mean you're not. It's not still fraud. It's fraudulent. I mean, you're not. You're representing, but you're representing something you're not, and that's the thing. But,
no. That's like saying if I tell you I have the hairiest butt cheeks in the world. No butt cheeks on the planet as hairy as mine. And I believe it. I'm not being fraudulent. I might be wrong.
Okay.
It's not fraudulent. It's something I believe.
I get it, but we can't actually prove what you believe.
That's true. I mean, we could in this instance, and I would lose. I'm 100% committing fraud, but that's not the point.
Yeah, I thought Jared Gordon did everything right. He looked like he easily banked those first 2 rounds. And then the third round was really close. Could have went either way, which it did. I mean, but somehow it was unanimous for Paddy when everyone else was thinking it's unanimous for Gordon. And that the one referee on the Paddy fight is under scrutiny for past behavior of poor judging, but somehow that guy got that fight, which is very weird. And he had like a 5-year gap of not being allowed to ref UFC fights. But then they got a new director, the NSAC got a new director, and he was since 2019 he's been back, but there was like a 5-year gap and he was not allowed to ref fights. And he refed the Bellator main event the night before.
This guy had a ban before reffing?
It wasn't a ban. He just didn't ref before they got a new director in 2019. Whoever this new director was in NSAC. So this guy was not to be. You couldn't find it. He was not allowed to ref MMA in Nevada, but other states he could.
Doug Crosby.
Yes, that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that? Yeah, Doug Crosby. That's
him.
him.
I know that.
How would you know? Like, who the fuck's heard of Doug Crosby?
Doug Crosby is the referee that just did this.
But how'd you know? I didn't say the name, so you somehow must have.
Because shit. Why do you know?
Because I'm a nerd and I read this shit every day. Yeah, that's him.
I've been paying attention, man.
Yeah, so that's I'm impressed. So he reffed the Bellator main event the night before, and 2 judges had it 49-48 for stops. So he won the fight. Doug Crosby had the fight 50-45 for the other guy. And everybody was
Did
like, "What?" Everyone's like, "What the hell did you see?" Yeah.
you see that one?
I did not.
Neither did I.
No. But apparently he had before he wasn't seen for 5 years. He had a lot of issues and a lot of complaints. No one likes his judging style or his approach to judging fights. But hey, yes, and somehow he got the Paddy Pimblett fight and he was on there. But and yeah, he was for some. I mean, he did score it the same as another judge, so I don't see why. Like he gave Paddy the opening round, but so did someone else. So I
No,
don't.
no. He's the only one to give him that. Wait, let me look. But I believe that he is the only one who gave him that round. Doug Crosby. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that 2 out of 3.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right. So somebody else scored it the
You're right.
same way as him. So
You're
I
right.
don't see
Chris
why.
Lee is the only one. Is the dissenting judge.
Right.
Interesting. You're right. Why is everybody on him when he agrees with Ron McCarthy on all 3 rounds? And it's Chris Lee that disagrees on the first and third round.
Right.
That is very strange.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Yeah. Anywho, we got last card. This is a good card.
Before the last card, more important than this.
What?
You been keeping up with this James Krause thing?
Yeah, because I see a lot of alerts on that. Actually,
I mean, I feel like this is something that you should have had. You should have had insider trading knowledge on his insider trading knowledge. I wish
I did, but I mean, I just know it from what I saw. That I knew Darren Bieke something was up with that fight for sure. But yeah, I didn't. Still, that's it. They're coming down hard, but from the word around the campfire is it's not. There's not much to prove. The UFC is never going to come out and prove it anyway. You know, they're going to play ball because fight fixing is a huge deal. But yeah, there's a lot of that's. They definitely did something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Minner definitely fought compromised for sure.
Yeah, but everybody fights compromised.
Yeah.
How compromised is the question? But
Nothing's gonna happen. I don't think anything's gonna happen from this. Like, now they're throwing the hammer down on him, and then all over Canada banned all UFC betting for a day. Then the next day they were like, "No, you can bet on UFC again." Just no James.
For the day.
It lasted a day. Yeah, no James Krause and thing. So yeah, James Krause is under fire right now, but. All of it, some of his fighters mostly are sticking up for him. The fighters that have been with him, and he's been with for a while, they're all sticking up and saying that he wouldn't do that. He's getting a bad rep here because some burnouts from the gym right away attacked. They didn't attack his gambling. They said no, he definitely gambles, but they attacked his training habits and coaching habits. They said that he's a fraud because we're on the fraud word today. They said that he's a fraud. He doesn't really give much attention to you unless you're a cash cow. Like Brandon Moreno is the current cash cow in his gym, so he gives him all the attention and such. And like all the fighters that are in top promotions that have been with him all came out to stick up for him. They were like, no, it's not true at all. They were like, he actually gives everyone. He'll give you the most attention you need. He'll give everyone the opportunity to get in work or such. He'll do extra to help his cash cow. And he's never had a cash cow actually before Brandon Moreno. So that was also said. So yeah,
you seem awfully nonchalant about this.
I mean, nothing can happen. I mean, nothing's gonna really. You can't prove it. Like
fighters just got banned from betting on UFC fights. That was a thing that a lot of fighters were making money on. It was a thing that a lot of fighters were losing money on.
Yeah, I would say probably
Fighters
more.
used to bet on themselves. I can't bet on myself. Like that feels like a thing I should be able to do.
Mm,
I'm literally betting on myself. I only get half my money if I lose.
right. But what about when you start betting against yourself, or if you do? That's the thing. It's yeah. I don't know. I think it's just all going to be just like every other big stink. It's going to be this, and nothing's really going to ever happen because no, they're never going to come out and say like, yeah, we fixed that fight. Like it's just nothing's going to really happen. Yeah, they might make an example out of James Krause and like not let him around anymore, but I don't know. I think they know fight fixing or maybe not fight betting. Sorry, fight betting's been a bigger deal, and I guess that's going to be James Krause is going to be the scapegoat of all that.
What do you mean fight betting?
It's been rampant for years that fighters, the trainers, the coaches, they all bet. They probably bet the most when actually they're warming up and they see other fighters warming up, weigh-ins. They know who looks good, who doesn't look good, who had a hard weight cut. This who looks like they're injured, who is injured from talking to other camps, and stuff like that. That's the inside info. So they've been doing it for years. We just don't know what magnitude, and we'll never know that. Like, so why would I get excited about it? Like,
Hmm.
happens in every sport, honestly.
So this is totally normal in your world.
Completely, yeah.
This happens every single day. Yeah, in the MMA
pre
world, this is
pre
big.
pre regulation, or yeah, like until they crack down on it, yeah, like until there's like a regulatory crackdown on it, yeah, it's happened in pretty much every sport, probably all over the world.
Most fighting for as
BRB.
long for since the dawn of time has been tied to gambling.
Yes.
Since civilization has been tied to gambling. In Thailand, Muay Thai is so big because of gambling. And in turn, gambling is big because of Muay Thai. Muay Thai is the only thing you can bet on in the country of Thailand legally.
Really?
So everyone there is gambling. There's multiple guys walking through the crowd like, hey,
Yeah.
who you betting on? I got you. And then they come back. Like the culture draws you in. I was betting with people from my gym who didn't speak the same language I did.
Right.
We were betting pennies just for the sake of betting in Thailand. But the only thing they can legally gamble on, is Muay Thai.
Yeah. Every country's different. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway,
let's kick it. One more card. Let's do it.
Fucking close. It's fucking close.
Main event.
I'm down by one. But I don't know what you guys think. I always thought that I was going to crush John. So honestly, John, I'm pretty impressed by you.
Really, I'm the other way too. I thought I would win by like 20 more picks. Win like
20.
Like 20 or more. Yeah, I thought it'd be like a runaway like thing. I think I was up by 13 picks at once, and then 8 picks recently, and now it's only a 1-point game, fourth quarter. I thought I'd pick you like 20 because you would pick these silly like just guys you like, and they're like plus 400 and you do that, and they've done pretty good for you. They win. I think you definitely gave, or I thought was like giving me a pick sometimes. I was like, oh, that's an easy win. Jan versus Sterling rematch. I was like, oh, that's an easy one. Like he's gonna.
Sterling?
I thought that would be another easy one, but yeah. What was a big line? It was a big line, and
what's the biggest odds on this card?
Amir Albazi is minus 500 against Alessandro Costa.
Okay. So that's the one that's on the main card.
Yeah, that's the one you said. The third, yeah, the guys doesn't have you.
Just disrespectful to do.
He's got a contender series fight, but anyways, we got Jared Cannonier. We got Cannonier Strickland for the main event. Yeah, I had Jared Jared Cannonier opened as like a plus 115, plus 120 underdog. He's now like a slight favorite, and I really think that's fair. I think Cannonier should be minus 150. I think he's I think he's I think he's going to be better everywhere the fight is. He's not going to match Strickland's volume, but Strickland just refuses to wrestle. I think Cannonier is going to snatch his lead leg. Strickland likes to come forward, and then I think I think he might get out volume for like the first round or two, but his power and cardio are pretty legit, and I think he's going to find Strickland's head. I think he's going to land the power shots. I think he's going to hurt him. He's going to turn the fight around. Yeah, Strickland didn't wrestle against who was it? I forget. I can't think of the name right now, but he was against an opponent during one of his winning streak. And if you don't wrestle that guy, then yeah, he just doesn't want to wrestle. He's got his style, but nah, he's gonna get cracked, I think, eventually. So I love Cannonier. How about you?
I just got lost in Sean Strickland's record. First of all,
did he win like 12 in a row? Huh?
He won a lot.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, no, he has a loss in here. He did a submission grappling tournament, or he did a jiu-jitsu match about a year ago, and he lost it to a flying rear naked choke. I've never heard of rear naked choke before. What did he do?
All right.
Like, I'm picturing it. The man got off the cage. Are we sure this was jiu-jitsu? I just watched Luchadors in Mexico City. Could it have been Luchadors? Because that shit definitely would have gone down in Luchadors. 1,000,000%. Anyways, I don't think that his power is going to be that big of a deal. Uriah Hall hits very hard. Jack Hermanson hits pretty hard. I think Nordine Taleb hits pretty hard. I know Tom Breeze hits real fucking hard. Alex Garcia hits really hard. Ponzinibbio hits hard. I'm not worried about the fact that Jared Cannonier hits hard. I don't believe that he's going to knock Sean Strickland out. Well, actually, let me check how far back that Pereira fight was. 5 months ago. Strickland spars too much. Strickland's not recovered. Strickland's not recovered. Jared Cannonier wins this fight. In a year, Strickland wins this fight. Today, in 3 days from now, Jared Cannonier wins this fight because 5 months is not enough time to recover from a concussion. He's currently compromised. You have to treat a concussion like you treat any other injury. It takes a long time to recover. And he already spars too much. He spars like 5 days a week. Normal fighters spar once or twice. Maybe they do some touch sparring too, but I hear he hard spars. I hear he's a dude who spars hard, and I hear he spars 4 or 5 times a week, and I hear that from his coach.
Yeah.
So, I absolutely believe that Sean Strickland has the skills to win this fight. What are the odds?
It's like a pick right now.
Okay. It's totally fair to pick Sean Strickland, but Jared Cannonier is going to win this fight just because because Strickland is compromised.
Okay.
And I don't think anybody finished Cannonier either. Decision. Reyes, but that was up a weight class, and Sean Jordan up a weight class, and both of those dudes are freaks athletically. So, yeah, definitely Jared Cannonier.
Like it.
What is our next fight? Arman Tsarukyan versus Damir Ismagulov.
Oh yeah, what a geez. They're both scary good. Jeez, I don't know. I like both guys. I love their the styles. I don't really. I know Sarukian is a favorite, like -160, -170, but yeah, I don't. Demir as the goal is just a beast. You ever seen him? Like he twitches, he has Tourette's.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't really know. I don't know who to pick here. Go ahead, turn it to you.
Damir Ismagulov has fought an absolute who's who of grappling hammers. Guram Kuditaladze,
Mm-hmm.
Rafael Alves, Thiago Moises, Joel Alvarez. Joel Alvarez is a striker, and yeah, Rafael Alves. I'm pretty sure he's a grappler, but he's like a crazy explosive one. Anyways, and he has a 90% takedown defense. That's like Kamaru Usman level takedown defense. That's insanity. Arman Saryukian is significantly better on the ground than he is on the feet. And Damir Ismagulov just doesn't get taken down, man. He doesn't get taken down. He
Mm-mm.
doesn't. It doesn't look like his style necessitates takedowns quite as much as Arman's style does. Let's see. Yeah, he didn't. He's only got 7 takedowns, and I mean, 7 takedowns is a lot to have in the UFC. But 5 of them were against one guy, Alex Georges. So, and that dude was 6'2", so he just didn't want to fuck with his height. He took him down instead. And Rafael Alves. This fight's gonna end up being on the feet. Saryukian isn't gonna have the gas tank to reliably take down Ismagulov on a regular basis and grapple with him for extended periods of time. When it stays on the feet, I'm pretty confident that Ismagulov's going to be able to outstrike Arman Saryukian. But this is a super dope fight. You keep getting frozen.
Yeah, sorry.
We got to fix that shit.
Frozen.
Producer. That's producer's job.
Elsa. Yeah. All right, you got. All right, you think? Reasonable. Yeah, I don't know. Geez. I'll go with Tarukian just to we'll have a little sweat or anything.
All right. Amir Albazi versus Alessandro Costa. So tell me, before I'm going to pitch this back to you. But first, why is it that you are betting on the dude who wait, is this not? Oh, I have them backwards in my head. I thought Albazi was the dude without UFC fights.
No.
Never mind.
Hmm?
I thought you had some secret knowledge I didn't know.
Yeah. No.
Go ahead. What do you know about Albazi?
It's awesome. Awesome so far. Yeah. If you've seen some of his fights, just his UFC fights. I mean, guy's great. He looks great out there. He's. I don't know how this fight came about. But it doesn't make much sense. I thought he was ready for a better competition, Albazi, but somehow he's fighting a different guy, guy from the Contender Series. So yeah, I wasn't that impressed with Costa's Contender Series fight. He won a split decision. He won a split decision. A huge favorite, though. By the way, he's a giant favorite. But I mean, he can. He seems tough. He can probably hang for a little bit on the feet, but he's outclassed everywhere. I mean, Albazi wins this fight. It's just a matter of how. Um, there's
Interesting.
not much else to see about Costa.
Interesting. You think Albazi beats him anywhere this fight goes?
Yeah.
I know nothing about Albazi. I am pretty sure I've seen each of the fights that he's had in the UFC, but I can't remember any of them offhand. and that's not a knock on the guy. However, each of the people that he's beaten has looked flat overall to me.
Okay.
So I'm taking the dog. I know nothing about the other dude, but I'm taking the dude with 0 UFC fights.
You're wild, bro. You're wild. It's wild. I love it. All right,
Uh,
what's next?
Alex Caceres. Alex Caceres.
Who's Leroy?
Julian Arosa.
Best nickname that actually matches what he looks like. It's awesome.
Pretty sure I've already told you this story. But did you know that Alex Caceres' moniker is Bruce Leroy?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I've never seen that movie. Do you know what that is?
Yes,
You know
I just said he looks just like him.
Okay, awesome. Did you know that he was cornered? He was coached by the real Bruce Leroy for a fight?
Didn't know that at all.
Alex Caceres got a hold of the real Bruce Leroy, and the dude convinced him to come and live with him. And they trained on his rooftop in New York City, and he paid him to be his coach for one of his UFC fights.
Oh man, wild.
Alex Caceres has basically traded wins and losses the entire time he's been in the UFC, and I love him. I love him so much. He's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, I do like me some Alex Caceres. I just don't see him winning this fight. I think Arosa likes to come forward and pressure just like Caceres does. I just think he does it better. I just, yeah, I do like some Alex Caceres, but I don't know. He was on a good streak for a while. I just don't, I don't, I don't see him finding that finish. I don't see him stinging Arosa like that. I see it the other way around. I like Arosa.
Yeah, I hope that Alex Caceres can win this fight. I am so happy every single time he wins a fight. Actually, if we take out Sadiq Youssef, he's on beat Sung Woo 1, 2, 3, 4. He was on a 5-fight streak coming into this, and then he had a loss to Crone, and then going back to there, he's wins, losses, wins, losses, wins, losses. But he's actually been doing really, really well lately. He seems to have put it together. I wonder what he changed since 2019. He's 5-1, 5-1. But man, Juicy J has been up and down and up and down and up and down. He's been in and out of the UFC, I think, 3 times. That's a motivated dude. Very few people get cut from the UFC and come back.
Yeah.
Even fewer get cut a second time. I'm fairly confident that this is... Yeah, man, he had a Contender Series fight. He had a Contender Series fight after he had already been on the UFC. And he was on the Ultimate Fighter. This dude's been fighting for 12 years, and 10 of his fights are... He fought Paddy Pimblett. He beat Paddy Pimblett. He lost to Paddy Pimblett. No, I heard that he got robbed by the judges against Paddy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Juicy J probably wins this fight, but Alex Caceres has been doing really, really well as of late, and it would not shock me if he could if he got this one somehow. Because even though Juicy J's looked really good lately, he's spotty historically. So, taking Juicy J, but never know.
Never know. Who's next?
Our next fight, if I can get back to it, I'm on the wrong page. So far back. Drew Dober versus Bobby Green.
Oh, yeah.
I knew Drew Dober was fighting. I forgot that he was fighting Bobby Green.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a damn good fight.
It is such a good one. both guys like that. I mean, this is gonna be a nice fucking scrap. Probably they're both gonna be action on the feet. I guess I give the power edge to Dober, but I think Bobby Green's a slick defense striking. He's slick all around. He can hit you from some angles. He can wrestle too. He doesn't do it often, but he is a good wrestler. I think despite stage, I think both guys prefer to strike though. Um, yeah, it's just close. I mean, man, Drew Dober's. I guess one day his chin's gonna just start giving out. I don't know if it's now. Um, this is just such a man. What a tough match. Bobby Green always, and then he's just coming off that Islam beatdown. I do like Bobby Green, but the judges still have always not favored him. So I'll go with Dober. I think Dober grinds it out. Split decision.
He grinds him out by split decision. Interesting. Hmm.
I think he outworks.
So I wasn't expecting that. I had action fight in my head, and now I'm struggling to process that. This is definitely going to be a fight that stays on the feet. Drew Dober's takedown defense is good enough that Bobby Green won't be able to dominate him in the grappling department. Not that he isn't necessarily better there. I just don't think that he'll implement that. However, Bobby Green lands almost 6 strikes per minute and only gets hit 3.65. Whereas Drew Dober is landing almost 4.5, but is getting hit 4.1. I think Bobby Green is going to pull ahead in striking numbers. Unfortunately, I don't think that Bobby Green has enough power to put Drew Dober away. But I'm pretty sure that this. Oh damn! Yeah, you're right. The judges don't like Bobby Green. They don't like Bobby Green at all.
They do not.
I'm taking Bobby Green. He should win this fight. And even if the judges rob him, you and I will know. Cody Brundage versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk.
Yeah. So this is I think this is the only fight on the card that's the total rounds is favored to go under 1.5. So yeah, I guess everyone's expecting a finish, and if we get the finish, I guess we're gonna see it the way of Olashuk or Olashich. I think it's Olashuk. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's definitely got power. Definitely come, but let's not forget he struggles mightily against wrestlers. So I don't agree with the price tag here. He's about like a 3.5 to 1 favorite, depending on where you look. So he's a pretty big favorite to knock out Brundage. Yeah, I don't. He's just not a guy I would want with that big price. So there's no bet there for me or anywhere. I mean, I don't have many bets on this card actually, except I think Cannonier so far. But yeah, I'll go. I mean, I'll go with Olachuk. I say he gets the win, but I don't know. Brundage could get this win. I could see Brundage winning, controlling him, getting 2 rounds on the mat if Olachuk kind of gives up or nothing's working for him.
Who did Oleksiejczuk lose to that was a grappler? Oh, Jimmy Crute. I wouldn't call OSP a grappler, but OSP does make silly shit happen on the ground.
It does.
Is that what you're calling him struggling against grappler? I don't. Who else is on here is even a grappler? Gian Delante is a striker.
Mm-hmm.
Antagulov, I mean, that only lasted 45 seconds. Bukauskas, that was a bad fight. I think he should smash Cody Brundage. Like, I looked at that and it looks like a runaway.
Oh
Like,
wow.
yeah, like I don't.
Okay.
I stopped and looked at his record to see if I was missing something that you were saying. But like, yeah, 50% takedown defense isn't great. 30% takedown accuracy isn't great either. And 1.8 takedowns per fight is pretty normal for someone who likes to grapple. But lots of people like to grapple, and if you think about fighting overall, how often are takedowns completed? Takedowns don't happen that much, and aren't typically given that much value. So even though I think Brundage might take him down, I don't expect him. I don't expect it to be a significant portion of the fight.
Okay.
So I got the Southpaw Mikhail Alexejczyk.
Nice. Who's the next fight?
Thank you. Our next fight: Cheyenne Velismus versus Corey McKenna.
Yeah.
This is a dope fight.
There's Corey McKenna. Yeah, I don't. She definitely has the path to victory here. Get Cheyenne down. And I don't really value either girl like that highly here. This is just. I mean, Cheyenne was she won her last fight, but looked pretty. She looked pretty lost grappling against what's her name, Ruiz, as a huge favorite. And Corey McKenna can grapple. But her fight IQ is also not that great either. So yeah, I don't know if she has the raw physical strength to get Cheyenne down. Cheyenne looks like she's stronger. Um, and her last fight against Mallory Martin was kind of the same blueprint for this fight. Try to get Cheyenne down and find a submission. I don't know unless I'm sure Corey McKenna is improving. She's a big prospect. So is Cheyenne. I mean, I don't know who's. It's a big test. Like who's going to be the underperformer and who's going to get back on track to being the prospect living up to the hype. Yeah, I don't know. I'll go with McKenna. Just I don't know. It's a tough. I can't fathom laying minus 200 on Cheyenne Blismas or anything in my head. Like, so I'll go with Corey McKenna. I'll go with the underdog. Cheyenne's definitely going to have the reach. She's going to have the striking advantage. She's going to have 4 inches of reach. She's going to have the volume. McKenna's not a great striker as it is, but we'll see. Maybe she makes a couple mistakes and McKenna capitalizes. I go with McKenna.
So Montserrat Conejo has an 80% takedown defense. Oh, nah, okay. She's only going for 5 takedowns total. Were they all against? Not a single takedown against, yeah, okay. All 5 of her takedowns were against Cheyenne Velismus, and Cheyenne was able to stuff one of them. That to me says a little bit more about Montserrat than it does Cheyenne. I don't remember this fight, so I don't know what it was like. 9 minutes of control time, that's quite a bit. But she took her out 4 times. That, to me, says a little bit more about Montserrat's offense. Especially since they kept getting back up. Corey McKenna looks pretty good to me. Cheyenne Velismus has not looked great to me, but she has a 5-inch reach advantage, and her takedown defense is actually pretty decent. It's 73%. Like, that's fairly high. It's higher than most of the other people that we've talked about today, except for Ismagulov. But Corey McKenna has a 53% takedown accuracy, and she trains at Team Alpha Male. So it would be smarter to put your money down on Corey McKenna, but I'm going to pick Cheyenne because I have to beat you. Because and you know nothing about gambling.
You got the
And yet,
spot.
almost neck and neck. So what does that say about me?
All right, what do we got next?
Our next fight of the night is, dude. I gotta start like leaving that up. Ooh, it's a dope fight. Jake Matthew Semmelsberger.
Semi the Jedi.
That's the one
Yeah,
you're excited for.
Semi the Jedi. That's him. That's his nickname.
That is a good moniker. But
Yes,
Jake Matthews, how good did he look in that last fight?
excellent. He looked amazing. Yeah, he looked. I think. Yeah, he looked. That was a different Jake Matthews than we saw. I mean, Jake Matthews. Yeah, he's only gotten beat by wrestlers that can control him and keep a lot of top pressure. Other than that, yeah, Jake Matthews wins. But that was a different side of Jake Matthews that we saw there. I mean, that guy. I mean, Stummelsberger definitely has power, but he's pretty hittable. Um, yeah, that Jake Matthews tunes up Stummelsberger. I also think Matthews has the edge if this fight goes down. I think if it's anybody doing the takedowns, it's going to be Matthews. So yeah, I got Matthews. He wins this fight.
Yeah, Jake Matthews should really run away with this. Semmelsberger looked pretty good in his last couple fights. He's got a crazy work rate. He hits and gets hit about 5 times per minute, which is high. He has 100% takedown accuracy. He must only have one takedown. 1, 2, 4. Wow. Semmelsberger has 100% takedown accuracy, and he's got 4 takedowns in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights in his career. In 6 fights, he's got 4 takedowns and 100% takedown accuracy. That's super impressive. That's somebody with like impeccable timing. Takedown defense at 63% is pretty good too. I think he's decent on the ground, but I don't expect that he's going to keep up with Jake Matthews in that way. I think Jake Matthews likely outstrikes him, but I think that he definitely can outgrapple him. I got Jake Matthews.
All right, let's do it. What's next?
Said Nurmagomedov versus Said Yakub Kahramanov.
Yeah, this is another pick'ems fight. So just both guys are well rounded, evenly matched. I like Kakramanov. I think he's a little underrated. I think that he does things a little better than Saeed from what I've seen on his fights. I haven't seen much of Saeed though, but
They are both Said.
I have Kakramanov to win this fight.
All right. Kahramanov actually has looked pretty good in his couple of fights. He's only had 2 fights in the UFC. Was it his stats that were ridiculous? Why am I remembering that he did something incredible and now I can't think of what it is? Deron Wynn and
Cancel.
Julian Marquez, was supposed to be right here, but that got canceled, like you said. Kakhramanov has 6 takedowns per 15 minutes. That is ludicrous. I've only Lupi Godinez is like the only other person I've seen with that high. And that's not just in 1 round. That's in 2-3 round fights. His takedown rate is like unbelievable. Unbelievably high. This is 100% going to go to the ground. And that's not what Nurmagomedov wants. Despite coming from an area that's very, very competent in wrestling, he is very much a striker. 2 submissions average per 15 minutes. Oh my god. Why do I not remember what this guy looked like in these individual fights? I gotta go back and watch him as soon as these are over. This is gonna be such a great. Yo, he gets hit less than once per minute. That's unbelievably low. Like Islam Makhachev gets hit low. Like I can't think of anybody else that gets hit that little. This dude's statistics are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Romanov's should smash Nurmagomedov.
Oh wow. All right, this is your one. You're good at these. You're good at finding these pick'em fights and finding giant edges. So we'll see. You are good at that. Oh, next fight, sir.
Rafa Garcia versus Hasiar
Mashakate. Yeah. I don't know who wins. So if Rafa Garcia is one thing, he's proven he's very durable. He's tough. He's hard to finish. He was overpriced some fights, and his stock dropped a little bit. But I think a lot of that has to do with his wrestling style. His wrestling style doesn't maintain top control very well. But I think he can do. We don't know what we can really see yet out of Mahastate. Mahastate. If he's not a first round win, if he doesn't finish Garcia in the first round, and Garcia is again, he's very durable. How's his cardio going to look when Rafa starts getting them takedowns and putting up that pressure? I think that's where I favor Rafa Garcia, because I think the fight plays out like that more often than not, and I think he flummoxes Mahashatate a little bit, and I think he wins by decision.
I think he's going to gas himself out. I think Rafa Garcia is going to gas himself out going against Mahashatate. But I also have this strong feeling in me that I'm going to get this fight wrong no matter who I pick. I'm going to pick Mahashatate. For some reason, I don't believe that I can pick this fight correctly.
You just covered all your bases in a losing effort. That's awesome. Usually, somebody does that with a selfish incentive. You did the complete opposite. You're like, well, I'm gonna lose this. So my face goes. That's awesome. All right, next fight.
Iron Battle versus Hinat Fakhreddinov.
The most important thing about this fight is Battle's taking this on pretty short notice. So if you're going to bet on this fight, I think you want to see what Battle looks like, what kind of shape he's going to show up in. Because if he shows up out of shape, he's not going to be able to keep up with the wrestling of Renat, which we saw his UFC debut against Michailidis. And Michailidis fought very well that fight. I know Michailidis can't grapple, or what's his thing? Gregory Grappler? No, he can grapple. But Michailidis, he was tough in that fight. And that was both guys showed a lot. And that was a good performance out of Michailidis. He didn't quit, even though Renat had some very advantageous positions on the ground. That was. So I don't necessarily think Renat's game is overrated yet, even though that was his first UFC fight and he was a huge favorite. Renat has some striking wins I see on his record too. So I mean, he's a dangerous guy. He's only minus 140 in this fight. This fight's pretty close. Yeah, Brian Battle's getting a lot of respect. But I mean, I like Brian Battle, but he beat Trayshawn Gore and he knocked out Takashi Saito. That's not lighting the world on fire to me. He definitely looks like he he looked good against Trayshawn Gore, but we don't know what Trayshawn Gore is yet. Like it's hard. Like Trayshawn Gore is developing. Trayshawn Gore was gassed in the round 3 against Battle. Um, Battle did well wrestling. He's got a good wrestling win over Andre Petrosky, who's a good wrestler. Battle choked him out, I think, in round 2. Yeah, if he didn't have that on his record, I would really, really like Renat here. Renat has a ton more experience. But Battle's gonna have a height and reach advantage, but I don't know what shape Battle's gonna be in. So this is tough. Um, I'm gonna go with Renat. I'm gonna think his experience. I think his wrestling might be a little different than what Battle has dealt with. Even though Battle has good takedown defense, I'll go with Renat. But if Renat struggles and Battle's in shape and Battle stays on his feet, I could see Battle. Yeah, Battle turns away. Battle might finish him. But I'll go with Renat.
Cool. I'm hoping Battle wins, so I'll be happy to take Battle. Like you said, his cardio is something to be worried about, something to call in question. Battle has a very physically demanding style. He throws primarily kicks, which take more energy than punches, and he has. Guess what his strikes landed are per minute?
4.58.
7.2. And it's like all kicks. Right? This dude throws like 2 kicks per punch, 3 kicks per punch, and lands 7 strikes per minute. He throws like 3 kick combinations. It doesn't make any sense. He must have like a taekwondo background, like a karate, and I don't mean like I have a taekwondo background. I also have a karate background, but I'm not good at either of them. I mean like a competitive, did that really, really well type background,
right.
Or you fucking freak of nature. I am assuming. Do you have any idea what kind of notice you took this on?
I want to say 9 days.
9 days. Okay. I'm assuming he wouldn't do that if he wasn't in shape. That he wouldn't do that if he wasn't if he wasn't the kind of guy that stays in the gym. The development that I saw in between the Trishan Gore fight and the Takashi Sato, and I know that was only 45 seconds, but like he looked more composed to me, and I thought that he was an interesting prospect in the Trishan Gore fight. I didn't watch the Ultimate Fighter at all. I like Brian Battle a lot, and I think that if he can keep this on the feet, this is definitely his fight. But 9 days is short notice to cut the weight, even if you are in shape. Hopefully he's not a guy that cuts a lot of weight. Oh, wait, is this at 185 or is this at 170? Because he just dropped down to 170. No.
Thank you.
No. I'm not picking him because this is his second fight at 170 on 9 days' notice. I don't think he has enough grease in the weight cutting groove to do it reliably and keep his cardio up on 9 days. Cannot.
All right. What do we have next?
David Dvorak versus Manal Kape.
Oh, you love Manal Kape. Yeah, this is a good matchup too. David Dvorak's tough. Still kind of a closet Manal Kape fan. I think he's really talented. He kind of showed that he could go forward a little more. He's a slow starter. He caught O'Day, and then his last fight, he put the pressure up a little more. If he does that against Dvorak, he's definitely going to find a power shot somewhere. I don't know if it'll finish Dvorak, but I think it'll be a crippling. He'll land some big ass shots. So I'm going to stick with Cop, even though I like Dvorak, and I usually pick. I would consider Dvorak a live underdog, but I don't think he's going to be able to handle the power of Cop.
I don't know anything about Dvorak, and I have been underwhelmed by Cop.
Mm-hmm. I can see it.
In comparison to the hype I was tracking.
Mm-hmm.
So I am happily picking, as a contrarian, David Dvorak.
I like it. The check man. And
And
that'll bring us to our final fight of the year. What do we got?
our final fight of the year is Sergey Morozov versus Journey Newson.
Yeah, Morozov is. I do have a bet on this. Morozov opened about minus 180. He's now minus 300. Um, Morozov makes a lot of mistakes where I don't like. I would never advise anyone to don't lay minus 300 on Sergey Morozov. But minus 180 in a fight where a guy that's not that great and Morozov has an edge in pretty much anywhere the fight goes. Yeah, I like that all day. I like Morozov. Maybe I think his cardio issues. He had a hell of a scrap against Pavia. I think the cardio issues he's answered them. He's fighting a little smarter. It looks like too. So I think he gets this win pretty. I think he wins this fight easily, unanimous decision.
Wait, who did you just pick? Which one did you just pick?
Morozov.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. For some reason, I was like, wait. Did I just mishear this? Yeah, man. I like Journey Newson. I don't necessarily know why I like Journey Newson, but he hasn't done well. And I don't think, his win over Fernie Garcia doesn't prove to me that he's gonna do something else impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Sergey Morozov looked really, really good. Even if he did lose today on Andrade, he looks really good. I think that Sergey Morozov is going to go very far in this division. I think we'll see him in the top 15. And we'll find out what his ceiling is later. But I got Sergey Morozov.
Boom. That's it. We both got Morozov.
What do you think about the loser pays for the first month of our producer?
Yeah, that's fair. Let's do it.
Cool. We didn't have a thing. Now we have a thing.
We have a thing. Good luck. We'll see what happens.
Best of luck.
Next time. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do your closing. I don't know how to do your closing thing.
Hey, if you've been enjoying the show, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. One day we'll remember to do that in a smooth fashion right off the bat. And those few of you that are watching right off the bat will remember to do that. But those of you who make it to the end, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe this time and every time. Thank you for being here.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.